Hello everybody and welcome to your yoga practice today. So I'm going to take you through a self-love yoga sequence. So in some comfortable clothing that you're happy to move in with a tiny little bit of space is all you require, and I invite you to join me for this really nice gentle practice today. Begin our practice today in a comfortable seated posture. So I'm going to come cross-legged. If you'd like to adjust the legs or sit on a chair, anything like that, however you feel comfortable. We're going to rest the hands into the lap, palms of the hands face up. Get all of your fidgets out of the way, all of your little wriggles. And then I invite you to take an exhale through the mouth. Allow yourself to be still and to softly close those eyes. We take this opportunity to arrive and to bring ourselves home, being aware of everything going on around you, any noises, other people, taking it all in, but then bring all of your thoughts inwards. Today I invite you to check in with you. How is your physical body feeling today? Do you have any niggles, any little aches or pains? How are you feeling emotionally today? Are you truly okay? Being true with yourself? Just take this opportunity to be present and to think about you. Self-love is so important so that we can open up our hearts, so that we can love others, and so that also we can receive love ourselves. Being aware of the path of your breath, the natural rhythm. Just observing, not doing anything with that breath just yet, just noticing. And before we start to move around our mats today, our intention and a mantra that I'd like you to say to yourself, maybe out loud or possibly in your head, is simply, I am enough. So never let anybody make you question your worth. On and off the mat today, I want you to know that you are enough. Every pose that you come into is perfect for you today. And we need to try to be a little bit kinder to ourselves. So when you're ready, slowly bring the hands, place them over your eyes. Take a lovely big inhale and an exhale slowly, allowing everything to settle. And then gently fluttering the eyes open, taking the hands away and just letting the hands rest onto the knees gently, palms of the hands face up. Let's start to softly turn the head side to side. Bring in a little bit of movement into the physical body here. Just gently looking over one shoulder and then the other. And every time we're moving physically here today, I just invite you to be aware of how it makes you feel, of any thoughts, feelings that start to kind of come to the surface, of any physical reactions that you feel. Start to softly bring the chin to the chest and then taking the face forwards again. So a little nod here, carefully opening up through the back of the neck, into the shoulder blades. Doing this one last time, just some soft, delicate movement to begin. Leaving the face forwards and then gently bring the hands, placing them onto the shoulders softly. Starting to take a small rotation side to side. So nothing huge here as we come into this little twist. Just taking one elbow back, one elbow forwards, keeping length through the spine. Going to start to create space. And then coming to center, drawing some circles with the elbows. The shoulders start to circle too. A little self-massage here for you. Yeah? Giving yourself a little bit of time. And it's not selfish to do that. It's really important to look after yourself, body, mind, and spirit. Let's let the fingertips gently float down towards the ground. Bring the right arm up, taking a soft seated side bend. turning that eye line up towards the ceiling, opening up through heart center. And then carefully the other side, bringing the left arm over, breathing into that left rib cage here as you start to open up through the lungs, creating some space. Coming back over, let's float those arms all the way over now, transitioning onto all fours when you're ready, hands and knees. Once we arrive, maybe taking a little wriggle, side to side, little rib shift, whatever comes naturally. So there's no right or wrong here, whatever feels right for you, okay? And then we're going to start to cat and cow. So inhaling as we open through the chest and exhaling as we ripple through, curving the spine. So inhaling as we arch through the back, try not to collapse. Exhaling as we curve and press away from the mat. One more time here. Inhaling, sweeping through. Maybe each time getting a little bit bigger. Exhaling, pressing away. And then lead with the bottom into a child's pose. Maybe take the knees a little wider. Maybe having a little fidget as we arrive. And bring that forehead to settle onto the ground. Possibly closing off the eyes here. Another opportunity to bring yourself home. To check in with you, to refill your cup. Slow, steady breath. Maybe the breath is going to start to get a little deeper, a bit fuller as we start to move through the practice. A gorgeous rippling flow now. We lift the bottom off the heels, peel ourselves forwards towards a half high plank, and then lead with the bottom as you come back into child's pose. So a bit of a fluid flow, a little bit of playfulness here, just sussing out how the physical body reacts, starting to move the physical body and the breath together, bringing the body forwards, leading with the tailbone as you come back. Taking this one more time. And then carefully bringing yourself all the way forwards to that half high plank. Find a little bit of strength here. Feel your power that you have. And then carefully bend the elbows, lower the chest down towards the ground. As we get there, let's sweep through, finding a cobra. Pause here. Really open up through heart center. Soften the shoulders, let the hips melt down towards the ground. And then carefully ground down through those hands. Lead with the hips. You find a downward facing dog. Now it's our first time. Be kind to yourself. Maybe bend the knees, lift both heels. Think about lengthening through the spine. Pressing the chest through. And then possibly the heels fall heavy. Possibly the legs start to straighten. But it's not a problem if they don't. Slowly, carefully bending back down onto those knees. Take your time, uncurling the toes and sinking back into your child's pose once again. Pause here, big belly breath, a 360 breath, breathing all the way around into the rib cage, into the lower back. And then slowly, carefully lift the bottom up. Slide the hands forwards to the top of the mat. Let the chest melt down towards the ground, finding an extended puppy pose now. So tailbones lifting high, really tilting through the pelvis, allowing the chest to melt down towards the ground. A beautiful breath here as you open up through the chest. Slow exhale. And then peeling yourself forwards, finding a Sphinx pose. Bring the hips onto the ground, elbows are underneath shoulders. Eye lines looking forwards. Another moment to feel powerful, to feel present here. I am enough. Slowly lowering yourself back down, sliding the hands under the shoulders and sweep through into that cobra once again. Settle here. As we pause here in cobra, opening up through the chest. We feel really strong through the hands, really grounded. A slow exhale helps us peel back up into our downward facing dog. Second time we arrive here, and every time you come into a pose, it might start to feel a little more comfortable. Allow yourself to be. Slow, steady breath, pausing here. And then let's bend those knees once again, bringing ourselves back back down onto all fours, uncurling the toes. Now we're going to bring the right knee through for a pigeon. So the right knee comes towards the right wrist. Bring that right heel out from underneath you and sliding the left foot back. Very important, the top of the left foot and the left knee stay on the ground. Think about that left hip pressing forwards. You might want to pop a pillow underneath your right bottom cheek, and that's okay. Ask for help, use props. If you're able to, we could fold over, maybe coming onto the forearms, possibly resting onto a pillow, or maybe coming down onto your hands, your head. Remember, be kind to yourself. Speak nicely to yourself, the way that you would speak nicely to others. Okay, so being gentle with you, maybe closing off the eyes, trying to open the mouth slightly, have a relaxed jaw, a relaxed mouth, and try to slip inwards. Try to go a little deeper inside. And like we did at the beginning of this class, maybe checking in, how are you physically feeling here today? Is this creating a mixture of emotions as we pause in this pigeon pose? Delicately taking your time to press back up onto your hands. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring that right knee back, coming onto all fours, maybe taking a little wriggle, some gentle movement here, whatever feels comfortable for you before we change sides. So the left knee comes through to the left wrist now. That left heel's coming out from underneath you. We slide the right leg back. Remember that right hip is facing forwards. You could use a prop underneath your left bottom cheek if that feels good. And again, folding over. Maybe you have a bolster to lean on, a pillow. Maybe you want to stay on the hands. Everybody's different. And that's what makes everything so special, okay? So everybody's individual and perfect in their own way, as are you. So closing off the eyes, slowing down the breath, and reminding yourself that you are enough on and off the mat. So whatever pose you are coming into here is exactly where you should be. And just remind yourself that you're doing the best that you can. And that's all that you can do. Let's carefully press back up onto those hands, bringing that left knee out from underneath you, maybe having a little fidget once again whilst we're here, maybe even a little circular flow, whatever comes. Tucking the toes under, let's come back into that downward facing dog. So lift those hips up, taking a beautiful breath out, maybe breathing out through the mouth if that feels good, a little release, let it go. And then taking as many steps as you need, walking the feet all the way in towards the hands, finding a standing forward fold here. So shake everything out, letting go of all expectations, just being happy with whatever is. Soften the knees, shifting the weight forwards, and simply dangle here. Breathe and let go. And then carefully, chin on the chest, roll yourself up, ground down through the feet, really strong, really powerful. When you peel to your mountain pose, just soften the shoulders, find that grounding, strong standing pose and close the eyes. Again, take this opportunity to be aware of everything going on around you, but bring all of your thoughts back inwards. Be aware of that gentle sway. Be aware of the breath, of the heartbeats. Softly bring the hands to prayer, close to heart center. So fingertips meet together, thumbs are resting on the heart. Fluttering the eyes open and just shifting the weight to the right leg. We'll carefully step back and peel open into a warrior two. So have a little fidget here. We're going to bend that right knee. So the right knee is over the ankle. Pull up through the left thigh and then turn your hips and your chest to face the left side of the mat. So shoulders are stacked over hips, and then like a bow and arrow, peel those arms open and gaze down the right hand. A strong, powerful warrior here, determined and knowing your strength. Turn the palm of the right hand up. Let's sweep up to a peaceful warrior. Open up through the heart. So eye lines gazing up towards the right hand. Even the fingertips are relaxed. Just soften every corner of your being here. Slowly bringing those arms back to shoulder height. And then carefully, we're going to bring the left arm up and over as we pivot on your left foot. So the left heel will lift. Float the hands down to frame the right foot and pop your left knee onto the mat. Uncurling the left toes. We're in a low lunge here now. Think about right hip coming back, left hip going forwards. Grounding down through the left hand and sweep that right arm up into a twist now. Gazing past the right fingertips once again. So really opening up through the chest, pressing that left hip forwards, and then slowly, gently bringing the right hand down towards the ground. In your own time, curl the left toes under, lift the left knee up, and we step back into our downward facing dog. Possibly having a fidget, pedaling the heels, twisting the hips, a little ripple through the torso, whatever comes your way. And then taking as many steps as you need. Walk the feet all the way in towards the hands. That standing forward fold. Take a breath, let it go. Ground down through the feet, chin on the chest, rolling yourself up. I am here, I am present, I am enough. Once you get to the top, hands again, just rest gently on heart center, thumbs touching through to the chest. When you feel comfortable, shifting the weight to the left leg and stepping that right foot back. I've just had a friendly spider join me on the mat. I don't know if you can see that there. So we're going to bend into the left leg here, pulling up through the right thigh. Now remember, turning the chest now to face the right hand side of the mat. Try not to let the knee lock in, okay? So opening up, and then like a bow and arrow, peel open, gazing down the left hand, soften through the shoulders. All 10 toes are truly connected. You're really grounded down into this pose here. Turning the palm of the left hand up and sweeping up into our peaceful warrior. Really lift up and out. Create space through the rib cage, through the tummy, through the chest. Really opening up through the torso here. And then wimbling those arms back to your shoulder height, to your warrior two. If you're comfortable to, the right arm comes up and over as you lift the right heel. Feel into those wobbles. Doesn't matter if you wobble. Hands come down towards the ground and we pop our right knee onto the floor, uncurling the right toes. In our low lunge, right hand stays down. The left arm sweeps up. Find that twist. Soft through the shoulders. There's no tension in the body. Elbows are relaxed. Fingertips are delicate, and you're opening up through the hip flexors. Softly bringing that left hand down, tucking the right toes under, lifting the right knee, and then stepping back to your downward facing dog once again when you are ready. Let's pause here, lengthen through the spine, tilt the tailbone high. And then for the last time, take as many steps as you need to bring the feet all the way in towards the hands. This time, bending the knees completely so you can come all the way onto your bottoms. Take your time, bring yourself down onto the bottoms, shifting yourself to the front of the mat so that you can roll yourself all the way down to lie down onto the mat when you're ready. Once your head comes onto the ground, let's hug both knees in towards the chest. Really focusing on pressing the back into the mat, arriving here in our lying down posture. So just pulling those knees in close. Taking a beautiful breath as we're here, closing off the eyes if you're happy to do so. And then softly bringing the feet back down onto the mat. Open those knees up to a reclined cobbler's pose. So soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Let gravity pull them down. And then we'll place one hand on our heart and one hand onto our belly. take a little breath, and then I invite you to be still. To again bring all of your thoughts and feelings inwards. Notice the natural rise and fall of your belly with the breath. Notice the heartbeat. Notice you. Start to take a little wave breath here, breathing in through the belly, into the rib cage, all the way up into the chest. And then exhaling through the chest, through the ribs, and all the way down to the belly. Breathing in, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly. Carefully in your own time, bringing the knees together, extending those legs away and allowing the arms to come down by your sides. We arrive in our final posture of Shavasana. And as you allow the body to settle here, you notice all of that awakened energy fizzing through the toes, the fingers, all the way down the back, the legs. You notice a softness creeping over your face. You start to be aware of the body sinking down as the earth rises up and holds you, supports you. You feel safe and secure. The breath feels calm. The body feels calm. And we remind ourselves that we should show ourselves a little bit more self-love and do more of what makes your heart happy. Taking a big belly breath in, and as you exhale, starting to move the physical body, the toes, fingers. Gently bring the hands together, rub the hands together, feel a little bit of warmth, a bit of energy coming back, and then place the hands over your eyes. And whether you say it out loud or in your mind, we say, I am enough. Carefully taking the hands away, fluttering the eyes open in your own time, gently bending those knees, and as you come onto your sides, give yourself a little smile, okay? Bringing yourself up to seated however you feel comfortable, whenever you feel ready, and we all meet back in our seated pose where our practice began. I thank you so much for joining me on the mat here today. I wish you a lot of love and light in your life, and I hope to see you on the mat again really soon. Namaste.